This is Joanne with the One Authentic You. I was thinking about, I've been pondering the whole thing of doors, portals, from the spirit realm. There's a quote by, I think it's Jim Morrison. It says, there are things known and things unknown, and in between are the doors. And every time I've heard that, I think about portals, you know, between this world and the next. I had a couple of experiences with actually seeing something coming out of a portal and seeing something go in a portal. And I had never had that happen before. And there's something about this property we're on because this seems to be where I've had a lot of experiences. And it was when we first moved here, probably like within the first year, at least first year. I remember we got this cat. It was a feral cat. We took her in. She actually adopted us. It was kind of one of those scenarios. But anyways, I was outside and I was doing yard work, and I had come around to the front porch to see if I needed to clean the weeds up around the porch. And I was standing there looking at it. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, my cat appears. It's like she just walked out of something. And it was the strangest thing to me to see. At first, I kind of like thought, well, maybe I didn't see that. And I'm going, well, of course you saw that. So that would have been the first time I'd seen something come out of something. The second one was a snake. When we first moved here, we walked our property. And up in the front of our house, we saw these huge trails, and they looked just like snakes. A snake had made it. Then I discovered that there are what's called black southern racers here, and they can get really, really big. They can get 6 feet or more, and they got some girth to them. Okay, so one day it was when I smoked, I was outside smoking, and all of a sudden I heard leaves rustling, like something was moving fast, really, really fast. And I didn't see anything. Then all of a sudden, into the clearing is this big black snake. And I mean, it was, I'm thinking it was more like 7 feet tall. I didn't think it was ever going to end. And it was heading to my dog pen, and I knew my dog was out. He was a puppy at the time. I wasn't sure if it was going to be able to get in the gate because it was so big. And I'm not sure what happened, if it was aware of me being there, but all of a sudden it turned. It made a wide turn. It was a big thing. It took made a wide turn and began heading to a bush. And I watched it go into the bush, and I watched the whole thing just disappear. I was panicked. I came in the house. I'm jumping up and down. I'm screaming. There's a snake, big snake. It disappeared there. We've got a snake hole there. I'm thinking, okay, we've got some kind of a snake den here. And I do not want to mess around with that size of a snake. So I had my husband go outside. He's poking around with a stick all around this big flower bush. And he looks at me and he says, Joanne, there's no hole here. I said, but there's gotta be. I saw it disappear there. And he went and he did it again. And sure enough, there was no hole there. There was nothing there. That's when I realized there was a portal. My husband comes in the house. I go back outside to smoke again. My cat wants to go out. So I open the door to let her out. She came about halfway out, her eyes fixated on that very spot where the snake went in. Her hair stood on end and she flew back in the house. And I told my husband, I said, man, she knows there's a portal there. She picked right up on it, scared her to death, and she ran back in the house. In fact, she didn't go out a whole lot more after that, and now she doesn't go out at all. So I just found that to be really interesting. You know, I and we do have portals in the house. The portal where George, if you kept up with my story with George, our closet's a portal. So we do know that they're here. They say that every house has a portal. And whether it be the house or the land, there is a portal. And I have a tendency to believe that because we've owned 3 homes now. In every home that we have owned, there has been portals in it, or inside of these homes. So it's just interesting that, can go in between worlds. Spirits and whatnot can travel back and forth between the worlds. I just think it's really, really fascinating. I just wanted to stop in real quick, share something I was pondering and thinking about, something I want to learn more about. Before I do go, I do know mirrors can be portals, windows can be portals. I do have a story on my blog about my daughter in a mirror, and a spirit being in that mirror and what we had went through. I should probably, translate it and tell it on video. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.